This is part 2 of 2 for episode number 9, Ryan's Big O Deck, featuring Ryan Nelson.
Got another question.
Okay.
What is your favorite lyric or like 2 or 3 lines that you've ever written?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Hard. I was gonna say that's
Whether it's something clever, whether it's just
My favorite of his
sentimental, most favorite, or
that is the most Ryan Nelson thing ever. Show up drunk.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Man, there's certain ones. There's one I feel like in all of it. Hold on, let me think for a second.
I know my favorite Ryan Nelson, but it's in the song that's coming out.
Oh shit.
I'll tell him. I'll tell him off camera because I'm not gonna.
I like. There's something that sticks out to me about there's a line in All We Ever Knew. It's like chicken traps on the riverbank, sunburn on some new ink.
Yeah.
Leonard Skinner and Little Hank was all we ever knew. I always love the idea of sunburn on new ink because that just like screams youth, does it not?
That
Like,
screams Ryan Nelson.
By the time you get older, though, you like know better than to get your tattoos all sunburnt as fuck. Like you wouldn't do that when you're like, I'm like almost 30. Like I'm taking care of this tattoo like a son of a bitch, You wouldn't like when you're 19 or something. You get a tattoo, you're just like out with your friends like the next day, just like killing on some fucking jet skis. You don't give a shit.
Right.
Like that was, I don't know. It's youthful. There was just something about because like by the time you get older, like you saying that's all we ever knew. Like by the time you've done some shit, like you know a lot more than that.
Yeah, definitely.
So there's something really youthful in that song.
That's why I'll say the 30s are the best years.
I'm telling you, yeah.
So what was that? What was that line? Word for word?
It was checking chaps on the riverbank, sunburn on some new ink, Leonard Skinner and a Little Hank. That's all we ever knew.
Okay.
Love that one. There's some other ones, but that's one that immediately comes to me.
So the sunburn on the tattoo, it just made me think of the Corey Smith line in "If I Could Do It Again." It says, "If I could do it again, I'd get sunburn on a new tattoo."
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I love that song too. Yeah.
And like,
It's youthful. It's like
Yeah.
if I could do it again, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's like
It's kind of timeless, too. Like,
well, I've
Because-
done it, so it's like when you like you're like, damn, I'm stupid. I just got this fucking tattoo, and I just fucking sunburned it like the next day.
can he say what his favorite line is? Because
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we're going to play it here in a second. So,
Correct me if I might not get it perfectly.
Yeah.
Left hand turn with the left hand bird.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah. You can see it. She's
Yeah.
like, "Fuck you, asshole."
Did you know that was what I was going to say?
Yeah, I know
you did.
exactly.
Yeah.
I like that one too, man. I like that one too. That's a good one. There's
a good
there's one that's coming out on the next album, Bad Tattoo. There's some gem lines in there that I always like go back to and think, man, I love that line. I like repeating sounds, So like in the second verse, it's like that shitty motel, yeah, we gave it hell. Like a couple kids jumping on the bed, pink paint peeling off the wall in the hall, and the room's about as small as it can get. All the P's and the alls and the it's just like a lot of
pictures.
repeating sounds in one. Boom, 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 boom.
right.
But what it's saying though makes a picture in your head. It makes total sense. Like I'm not decreasing the quality of what's being said just to make it rhyme
Exactly.
or sound like I want. It just fucking did that.
Yeah.
It just did that in front of my face while I was writing it. So like those are ones you remember. Like, damn, I don't even know what possessed me to just do that right there, but fuck yeah,
well, So speaking of repeating, how do you feel about like using the same lines that you've used in previous songs in new songs?
I do like to do that. I catch myself doing it every now and again, and then I think I'm like, where have I heard that? And then I'm like, oh fuck, it's in
That's
my
my
song.
song.
And then but then that's the same thing as before. Like that makes your style. Then that becomes your fucking style as a songwriter.
That's your niche.
And when you see people start to copy you, then it's like, oh well, clearly
Thanks.
they're a fan. Yeah, because like I'm the only guy doing that right here.
My favorite, your guitar intro to Show Up Drunk. The boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
I love that, dude.
Dude, honestly, funny enough.
I'm sorry I keep talking about show up drunk.
That was Matt Wallace's lick.
Yeah.
Sort of. Like, he kind of started that lick, and I, like, polished it.
Yeah.
But, like, that was his lick, and he said, show up drunk, like, under his breath. And I said, what did you say? And he's like, I don't know, like, show up drunk. And I'm like, yes, that's it, motherfucker. So he actually, like, kind of came up with the lick and kind of came up with the hook, too. And once he had that lick and hook together, I was like, okay, I know what this needs to be.
I know where I'm going with
I
this.
was immediately gave me my bearings on that.
So, my first birthday party that we started, our first little, it's kind of like a festival now.
That was like, 5 years ago now?
5 years running now, and he showed up. And I've known, like in meeting, crossing, we met. But I also knew he was a wild son of a bitch. And Brent Ray calls me. He said, bro, I got you a birthday present. I'm like, what? Because when he gets excited like that, I'm not, I know
a bad thing.
Yeah, I know shit's fixing to go down. He's like, I got you a birthday present. I'm like, what? He's like, Ron Nelson's going to come play at your birthday party. And I'm like, fuck. And he gets there.
We're about to get drunk.
Yeah, he gets there. He said, go buy a bottle of Dickel. And of course, it's my birthday party, so I already had 2 handles of Dickel there. So I was like, I'll just give Ryan this one.
Yeah.
We drank that bitch before he started playing. And he goes, I wrote you a song. And I was like, what? And he just hits that. And then there's probably, 50 people there the first time? The first
the
party?
lights up.
Yeah.
It looked cool. We
Yeah.
were on the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the trailer lights and everything.
Yeah.
It was
looked sweet.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. And cops showed up, of course.
Yeah, it's the
Cops
same
show up
cop
everywhere.
every fucking time. Then he ends up hanging out and like drinking for a minute or something. It's like,
Every single, and you
that's
also,
some war trace ass shit right there, dude.
Every birthday party I have, a cop shows up and I end up peeing on their car.
And it's the same dude. I feel like it's the same guy every time.
hasn't it actually been?
I'm like,
the
there's
same
like
cop
one cop in this fucking town, literally.
It has been Danny, and I'm not going to say the other one's name because he's an actual county cop that shows up and hangs out with us. But he went and got us ice for our keg one year.
Amazing, dude. Hey, protect and serve,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
he was serving the
Hey,
shit
we're
out
out
of it.
here in fucking Tennessee. They protect and serve where we're at.
But, I mean, with my job, I've been around most of these guys my whole life,
Yeah.
I mean, my whole work life anyways. So they're like, hey, man, can you cut your music down a little bit? I'm like, no.
No.
It's not 11 o'clock yet, and we're in the county, so.
Yeah.
And
Hey, stay here and enjoy it if you want. Well,
and they usually hang out and be like, oh, your music ain't that loud. And then they'll roll off.
Yeah.
And then they'll show back up because they got another call. They have to come out there.
they were cool at the David Palooza too,
Yeah.
man. I was sitting there smoking weed like right there. and I'm like, damn, there's a cop over there. He's gonna take me to jail. And he
Nope.
was just like, hell yeah. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Well, I mean,
like,
when you're on private property like that, they can't
true,
really,
no,
they
it's
can't
true,
do shit.
yeah. And they were nice guys. I talked to those cops a little bit, man. They were nice dudes.
All they were trying to do is making sure nobody got in fights. Or,
Yeah, they were enjoying the music.
Yeah,
They got
they-
their job for the day was to hang out at a music festival.
They really did not want you to shotgun that beer in front of them.
No, he got mad at me.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's like, Todd.
Oh, your buddy.
I knew him I've known him. We went to high school together.
You're like, hey, watch this, brother.
Now he's a detective, and I'm like, huh? And I shotgun that beer in front of him, and he's like, can you not do that in front of me? I said, and they gave me another one. I put my hand on him when I did it. Shotgun it. He's like, no videos.
Can you not do that in front of me?
So I've got another question for Ryan.
Yeah.
So this is kind of common, but any artist that you would want to work with that you haven't worked with already, dead or alive, who's it going to be?
Realistic or completely wildly unrealistic?
Give one of each.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, both.
Realistically, I mean, well, see, I'm thinking like in my business. Then I'm like, well, what if it was somebody completely outside my business? What if it was like something so unrealistic like Justin Timberlake,
Michael
which I would
Jackson.
never work with. He would never probably work with me. He'd be like, this guy's a degenerate. Fuck this guy. But like, somebody I'd love to work with as far as like doing features with, fucking Riley Green. I love that guy,
Yeah.
right? Like he's one of the coolest dudes I've known in this business.
He's so pretty.
And dude, he's just a fucking great dude. He's a fun dude to be around. You could tell he has fun with his music. So I definitely mess with Riley Green.
That's all the girls talk about.
Muscadine
Riley.
Bloodline. Hell, man.
Yeah.
We have a lot of similar music influences, and I learned a ton from them, and I learned a ton from Matt Walsh, who was managing them, and I mean,
Matt's
so
good,
shit,
man.
like and he's working with me now. So I mean, the ties with Muscadine go back. That's kind of a realistic one, like people that I realistically could even like in the coming year work with. It'd be like shit like Muscadine or somebody like well, I don't know if I should say it because it might actually happen. But well, damn it! Can I say this kind of shit? I don't know.
I mean,
well, I'll just say this: there's nothing set in stone, so I almost don't want to jinx it too. But me and Trey Lewis have been talking about maybe doing something like funny, or because I write funny songs, he's got funny songs, but we also both write serious songs. Yeah, we also both write really serious songs, so it could be more serious song. But I mean, me and him collabing, it's got to be probably something funny.
All right, so
I have a couple ideas too. And I think he does too. So
I went to
who knows
before the whole Dick Down in Dallas thing. I went to a revival. It was in February, I think right when Rona hit.
Yeah,
and Asher was playing there. Can't remember who else was there.
Is that the one that Zach was at?
Zach didn't play. No.
I mean, like, is that the one he went to?
Yeah, Zach went to it. It was I can't remember who I was playing, but Trey sat down and played before Asher.
right.
And it was, like I said before, Dick Down in Dallas, and
Right.
he was good enough. He caught my attention.
Yeah.
And I recorded him.
Didn't Trey just like
He had a
announce an
video of
MVP?
it.
I got a video of him.
What was he saying?
I can't remember what song it was,
Yeah,
but it's one of his little love songs. It's really damn good.
yeah. He's got some fucking awesome
Yeah.
songs. Dude. Trey has some really great songs.
And I like the shit out of that guy. Every time I see him, he comes up, hugs me, whatever, gives me a handshake.
He's a
It's
fucking
cool as
good
shit, dude.
Yeah, and another one of those Bama guys. Almost everyone I just said's from Alabama.
Yeah, I know.
Riley Green, Muscadine Bloodline, fucking Trey Lewis. Dude, those are some nice motherfucking people in Alabama. I dig Alabama folks.
I do love Trey Lewis, man.
Yeah,
And
I like all those guys, man.
I
Like,
told
big time.
everybody whenever I went home the next day, and I was like, Trey Lewis is a bad, bad man. And they're like, who's Trey Lewis? And then here we are a year later. Dick Down in Dallas comes out, and it's
I'm
like,
telling you.
Do you remember who all co-wrote Dick Down in Dallas? I believe
Matt McKinney was on there.
Matt McKinney's on there, and Drew Trosker is on there.
Yeah.
And I love
And or no. McKinney's not on that. It's Brett Gafford.
Oh,
Or no,
McKinney?
is it McKinney? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's McKinney.
It's
There's
McKinney.
four
It's-
writers.
so there's four guys.
yeah,
That's
there's
right.
four of them. Basically,
What was I think? I get this confused with McKinney all the time because there's another song where I'm like, oh yeah, McKinney was on that. No,
Yeah.
they're like, no, that wasn't McKinney, and I'm like, it wasn't. Like, I can't remember. I've just got such a bad memory. I smoke so much weed, but I love you, McKinney. You're a great writer.
Hey, man, that's whenever I first started this weird music
yeah,
stuff and
yeah.
started getting a little bit of ground underneath me, he was one of the first guys like, man, I'm down. I'm
Yeah.
down to do whatever.
Dude, McKinney's a fucking nice guy, dude. He's
And
a good dude.
he sent me a couple videos. He's like, post them. I don't care. I was like,
Yeah,
bro, thanks. I'm a small fish in a huge ass pond out here. You know what I mean?
oh for sure.
small
But-
fish in the ocean.
But
Yeah.
I mean, hell, you put out a good product, and people will find it.
I mean,
That's the
I'm
thing.
starting to get them listeners.
There you go.
Starting to get them
You
listeners.
just got to put out a good product every time.
Hey,
And
we're
if you
trying,
do that,
man.
People will catch. They will catch notice of it at some point.
And I think me moving up here is going to help me out because people don't want to drive all the way to War Trace to record.
No, totally.
Yeah, so-
You can do your podcast here whenever you want, man. Just let me know. Tell me your little schedule on who
Yeah.
you got when, and I'll
Might
just
have
like
to
make
get
sure
in-
we're not doing shit that night.
We might
Yeah,
have to get an
definitely.
actual kitchen table. So.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
shit. We can get another.
This is
Well,
the
hey, you know
setup,
what we
dude.
do is just get another like thing that we can move easily. That's on a table like that.
Just
And then
get
Or
do
we
both
could.
things.
I was planning on doing them in the room so I didn't bother anybody. You know what I mean?
You could do them out in the middle. That's the thing. That's why I say like Tell me when you want to do them, and we might be able to say like, all right, well, I'm going to do this that night anyway, and James is going to be doing this,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
fucking do it right here if you
Yeah.
want. Hell, I don't care.
That's great.